We now ask those who are able to remain standing for the national anthem of Australia.
And so plenty of room to improve in Joe Montemuro's reflection of the first game. Decision-making, technical aspects, now seeking more consistency from his team. Just his second game in charge, looking to make it 2 from 2 tonight. Slovenia will feel a little frustrated at themselves. Chance has gone begging in the first match. Plenty of opportunities presented to themselves, so fair to say both teams would have gone away to reflect on what could have been in a first hit out. Plenty to look forward to tonight. Smiles from Charlie Grant back in the starting side. Well, holding up the jersey of Sara Markovets, who went down with that knee injury in game one. A nice touch from the team. Looked a little worried. Well, let's have a look at how the Matildas are lining up tonight. Joe Montemuro has gone with 6 changes from Thursday night's game. Mackenzie Arnold gets the nod in goal. Her last appearance on the 21st of February this year. In front of her, a shift in the back line. Carpenter and Hunt remain. Heatley drops in alongside Hunt, while Charlie Grant slots into the left-back role. Kyra Cooney-Cross returns as a familiar face in the midfield, while Remy Simpson makes just her 4th start in green and gold. Up top, Michelle Heyman is leading the line alongside Amy Sayer and Caitlin Torpy. As for the visitors, they've made 5 changes to the 11 that fell short on Thursday. They too have made a change to their starting goalkeeper. As 21-year-old Melania Kassar gets a start for just her 3rd international appearance. Sara Gredishek comes into defence, and Mateus Fair, as mentioned, the national team legend, plays appearance number 119 tonight, wearing the captain's armband. Well, there is Joe Montemuro alongside Emily Husband. Game 2 in charge. Wasn't panicked about the result on Thursday night, rather saw it as a learning process and a benchmark to improve on. A host of changes this evening at the other end of the dugout. Sasha Coleman, kind of frustrated figure, and understandably so, given his side's opportunities that they had gone begging. But plenty of room for improvement from either end. Of course, this the second of the 2 games between the Matildas and Slovenia. Tactical conversations between some experienced heads and a smiling Kyra Cooney-Cross. Great to see her back out in a Matilda's shirt. A fan favourite. Who was really strong at the back for Slovenia on Thursday night. Retains her spot in the starting side as referee Anne-Marie Keeley. All in waiting to get things underway at HBF Park in Perth. Countdown is on. And so game 2 is underway as Slovenia gets things started. The second of 2 friendly matches. Matildas fans not having to wait long for more football though, with 2 games against Panama just a week away. But for now, the focus has to start on sharpening up tonight. It just took 3 minutes for the Matildas to score in game 1. But Andy Harbour, while the scoreline was complimentary, the performance flattered to deceive on Thursday night.
Yeah, good evening again, Grace. Wonderful to be here at HBF Park. It's a beautiful night in Perth, magnificent playing conditions. The team will be bolstered by a win, but full of the awareness that there were plenty of gaps in that performance, and a visiting team in Slovenia who gave a great account of themselves, just didn't come with their shooting boots on Thursday, and if they've remembered to pack them tonight, Australia might be in a bit of trouble. Be certainly worth watching this one.
There's plenty to like about Thursday night, and plenty for both teams to have reflected on in the last few days. Plenty of changes as well across each side. As the new goalkeeper in, up and under, and it's an early run forward on the left-hand side. As Torpy looks to get forward. Ball inside, finds Sayer, intelligent run. The pass back doesn't find Cooney Cross. Still alive, Heyman. Her touch just showing a little too much to Gradishek, and Slovenia try and find a way out. It's a solid challenge coming through from Charlie Grant. Heyman back to goal, little flick is clever. The offside flag denies the opportunity. It's a good start for the Matildas.
Very brisk start. They scored in the 3rd minute just a few days ago as well, and a little bit illusory there on Thursday as things were to eventuate. Lovely work from Michelle Heyman, and Torpy has been prominent in the opening minute or 2, just drifting offside.
There's a look, Alana Kennedy in midfield. That ball gets away. Claire Hunt has a look over the shoulder and finds Arnold. Her first game back in goal since the 21st of February as part of the She Believes Cup in that 4-0 loss to Japan. Since then, it's been all Tegan Micah. Arnold is indeed departing after tonight's game. Scrapped in the midfield. Pressure started early as it did on Thursday night as well. The ball searching in, little indecision, not quite dealt with. Scuffs to the ground, the shot leaning back is Dominika Chonch, and again Slovenia have started brightly.
Well, Australia have put Slovenia under pressure with a press in the opening couple of minutes. I mean, they've had their first opportunity to do the same. Slovenia have won possession back. It's off balance and in fact off her feet, and it's Winnie Heatley who does something quite remarkable there. The shot thereafter was pretty familiar from a Slovenia viewpoint, if Thursday is anything to go by.
A similar press, Slovenia stepping high, forcing Cooney Cross deep into her own defensive half, but she's got the ability to get out of danger. Ellie Carpenter invites the challenge, gets the free kick.
Oh, that's good composure from Kyra Cooney Cross. Skipper. Taylor's there. Ellie Carpenter under enormous pressure.
Heyman can face forward against Golod, looks for the release pass. It comes to Torpy on this occasion, prodded through. High energy. The touch is scuffed away, but still alive with Carpenter. Sayer off the shoulder, the first time look, hasn't quite got the measure right.
Well, the first adjustment from Joe Montemuro is in the face of the player-on-player press. Hit the ball to where they aren't early, and Australia have been in behind with a full head of steam now twice, running a goal. Amy Sayer just miscuing things there a little bit.
for a pathway out. Here's Hunt. Composed touch. Complimentary on the side is Joe Montemuro. He's happy with those touches from Claire Hunt.
So just on the Aussie lineup, Winnie Simpson is playing out wide on the right. And Isaiah a little bit more through the middle. She said to us after the game, of all the positions she's been asked to play, attacking midfielder is her preference.
Nice pass down the left-hand side for Slovenia as Erjan turns back out. Support through the veterans there. Sarah Arges, who too was resolute at the back for Slovenia on Thursday night. Inside to Chonch, releases Kaisba. She's impressive. She came on Thursday night, Nina Kaisba. And the goalkeeper, Melania Tassar, just her third international appearance. The 21-year-old, big opportunity, gets the nod. That pass shows a bit too much to Seamston, who can't quite get there. Sasha Coleman spent much of Thursday night's game on his feet. Similar picture again this evening. Here's Carpenter. Looking for a bit of help, needing a simple option and can't find it. Slovenia pick off possession. Here's Erjan. Pass showed too much to Kennedy. Tight spaces here. Cooney Cross relieves the pressure. Poorly done in the end by Heatley. Releases Heyman over the top, who still has the legs. The pass though through the body of Gollop.
Well, that was a really important little sequence. Alana Kennedy, sharp, quick feet, to Cooney Cross, sharp, quick feet, to Winnie Heatley, who saw their hand and raised it with a beautiful shift of the ball and the diagonal pass to set Heyman. That was a really encouraging little sequence.
Well, Nevo Owens has eyes on the sideline again tonight. Nevo, what have you made of this opening passage?
Interesting start from both sides, Gigi. Perfect football conditions here at HBF tonight. It's 14 degrees, not much of a breeze at all, and the pitch looking in really good nick. A reasonable crowd as well, I reckon, slightly up on what we saw here on Thursday night. Joe Montemuro has just sat down in the dugout beside me. He's spent most of these opening exchanges standing on the edge of his box, and the message he has repeated, face forward is what he's asking of his team.
Thanks, Nevo. Important messages coming through from the sideline there. A need for the Matildas to look to forward-facing football and try and find those early passes. One comes through Amy Sayer. Heyman shows a bit too much to Karashets, but still with Australia. Heyman still. Kennedy to Carpenter, who drives inside. Seamson has a bit of space to deliver the cross. Looping ball. Didn't quite have the shape to pull away from the goalkeeper. Slovenia happy to play out themselves. Ball around the corner. Can't find Spare, does find Hunt. Direct ball from Arnold, and Sayer's first touch was coolly taken. Heatley releases Grant. Torp is the option at the left, closely followed by Gradishek. Ball stays in. Here's Cooney Cross. This is better from the Matildas. Just sharper passing, a bit more energy.
An excellent start 10 minutes in, really excellent. I mean, some super passages of play. And ironically, Amy Sayer, who was the standout the other night, has probably misfired on the 2 or 3 occasions she's got the ball so far. But a couple of really clever touches from her as well. That outside of the foot, first time effort centre field, which is a key part of that last sequence for the Matildas.
Well, the pass had to be good from Slovenia, but Kaya Erjan was let down a little. Slovenia with good numbers forward, but this is a fast start. Over the top, Carpenter is a willing runner, has space in front, has a bit of time to think about and get the measure of this cross right. Numbers streaming in, looks for the cutback. Perhaps not the right choice on that occasion. Just slowing the tempo down. Cross. Square behind to Kennedy. Cleared overhead by Slovenia. And still alive with an attack. Hunt does well to work back in. Has Heatley underneath, finds her. Thinks about the pass. Heatley finds Cooney Cross. Over the top to Simpson. As Agres in front, tucks inside. And the touch just read well by Karashets, and Slovenia can regain possession. It's been an energetic opening 10 or so minutes.
Well, a lot more freedom from the Matildas. The 2 days, the first game out of the way, the 2 days since, for the players to calibrate instruction with opportunity on the game and to read the situation. And so far, mostly in possession, they've read every opportunity perfectly, looking to exploit Slovenia in behind as it's on, not overcooking it. Heatley's been excellent these opening minutes.
She's playing in that centre-half role alongside Claire Hunt tonight, where she plays a lot of her club football in Denmark. Maybe a little more comfortable seeing the whole picture in front. Kennedy pushing up into that holding midfield role. A position she has played across the course of her career, but of course we're more familiar seeing her in the centre-back role. Possession fairly evenly split in these opening minutes. Switch pass from Agres, can't quite find Grajai. He's coming to the starting 11 tonight for Slovenia. Fairly congested picture in front, so opts for a long ball, and Agres clashes through the back of Simpson.
Well, this has been a wonderful analysis from the coaching staff. The ball from the centre halves game 1 was routinely getting played into feet in midfield, and players were getting swamped. Partly losing possession because their technique wasn't good enough, and partly because they were receiving hospital passes. They're bypassing the midfield as they need to, opening the space and playing from there. Really good adjustment. It's been a fantastic start. Team's looking really good.
Nice ball from Sayer. Carpenter, energetic as always. That's a better delivery as well, and it's so close for Michelle Heyman. The industry down the right-hand side almost is rewarded.
Well, it is. She's got to be in the top couple in the world at this part of the game. Breaking from right back, getting forward. Sometimes not quite the answer at the end, but that was a testing ball from Captain Carpenter. Well defended, not for the first time in this series, by Lana Golub. She's been excellent. And right on cue, Heyman arriving at that first post. But it was, again, excellent play by the Matildas. The charge being led by Ellie Carpenter.
First corner of the night. 2 hands in the air. Cooney Cross, her delivery. It's a free header for Alana Kennedy. And she knows more than anyone else that she had to do better with that shot.
Fired in nice and flat from Cooney Cross, free as a bird, is Alana Kennedy. And I don't know if there's many other Matildas you'd want in that situation. She is normally excellent in the air. Miscued that one. Big escape for Slovenia.
But still, this is really attacking football we're seeing from the Matildas. A bright start. Really enjoyable opening 15 minutes. And that is a lovely delivery back through to the far post from Amy Sayer. Another pathway to goal, the thumbs up of approval from Caitlin Torpey.
Well, excellent from Sayer. Torpey working the line really nicely, but in the end, might have got a touch, but in the end, you've got to pay credit, you know, serious credit to the work of Klijas, who stuck to a defensive assignment, made herself awkward enough for Caitlin Torpey not to get the approach to the ball that she would have liked. Still a makeable chance for the Matildas, who are in dominant form to start this.
Heavy clash of bodies in the middle of the park. Referee happy to let play continue. Sayer cuts in again. Has a couple of options, finds Kennedy, whose run forward is matched. Carpenter there. Cooney Cross. Wheels out. And back to Heaton. Numbers forward for the Matildas. Section pass, Simpson's done really well. The driving run of Carpenter once more, and that's a lovely cross. The cut back finds Heyman. Still alive for the Matildas. Slovenia at this rate, absorbing pressure, wave after wave. Now to the left, Grant, the drop to the shoulder from Torpey. And that's a really intelligent touch. She will get the free kick. She's brought to ground heavily.
Well, as a 15 minutes of football, Grace, it's as good as we've seen for quite some time. And we saw on Thursday that Slovenia can handle themselves. They gave Australia a lot of trouble, and they've tried the similar approach, but Australia have made the necessary changes between the ears and across the ground. It's just been a really excellent opening quarter hour.
The intensity, the energy we've seen has been a marked improvement. And now set piece, Cooney Cross. The sole player standing over the ball. Two-person wall to beat in Slovenian colours. And just Carpenter hanging back. Otherwise, all Matilda's players starting towards the far post. Here comes the run. Near post is the option. The second chance is delivered in. Nodded away by Chonch and needed to be. A series of headers. Resulting free kick goes the way of Slovenia. It's not the third-minute goal we saw from the Matildas, but it has been a much better opening 18-plus minutes now. 6 changes. Plenty of pressure being put on this Slovenian defence. A number of players, as mentioned, departing after this second Slovenian game. Mackenzie Arnold, one of those. Caitlin Torpey, Alana Kennedy, Jada Wyman, Ellie Carpenter and Kyra Cooney Cross. That ball in shows a little too much. Cleared by Hunt. Simpson, who's been really lively in this opening stanza. And again, it's Carpenter who can drive inside. Of course, Carpenter acutely aware of Joe Montemuro's style. Having spent time at Lyon.
Well, what a difference a change of coach. As much as player by player. Rennie Simpson, for the snippets she got prior to this window, never looked herself. In my opinion, always worthy of an opportunity, never looked really comfortable She's almost bossing the joint at the moment.
Oh, she started really well. Remy Simpson, 25 years old, played her debut back in October of 2021 against Brazil. And it's been a storied few years since then for Simpson. She's had to bide her time and toil really hard to find a place back in this Matildas squad. It's been a bright start tonight, just her 4th in green and gold. Just off the toe of Matthias Ver, leading to a Matildas throw. Simpson around the corner, shouts for a handball, not given. Header coming through from Claire Hunt. Carpenter working hard to keep the ball, does so.
Joe Montenero just diverting to dialect there with Ellie Carpenter. Of course, we're co-conspirators on behalf of Lyon for the last European season. Old habits die hard, eh?
If the message is understood, we'll do. Carpenter again, she has space. A lot of action down this right-hand side to begin. Kennedy's pass is really nice, as is Sayers' run, and the centering ball. Well, that's nice play from the Matildas.
Well, that's brilliant play. Incisive, positive, full of opportunity, the approach, bouncing the ball. Heyman, that's her thing. It's fantastic defending again. Karaszek was in and just making a nuisance, and Torpy hitting the spot as she needed, but the defender wins the day and earned that. Superb from the Matildas, though.
Well, the late arrival, the run from Torpy, so tough to defend against, and the combinations, Heyman, Sayer, Carpenter heavily involved, and Simpson too. Cooney Cross with the corner. Chipped in to the far post, and Passar had it covered. The encroaching Michelle Heyman was there.
Michelle Heyman nearly bluffed away into winning a corner there, but clearly came off the Aussie striker last. And keeper Passar tried to claim the ball, but didn't really do the business.
It's to keep things moving forward for Slovenia after an extended period camped in their own defensive half. As I saw since last game, Sian Freya unfortunately medically withdrawn from the camp. A disappointment from a player who had an incredible season with Brisbane Roar before signing to Wolfsburg. As Cara Cooney-Cross does as she does best, dances through players. That is a positive touch from Michelle Heyman. Has Simpson to her right, thinks about the shot, thinks about it again, and so very nearly lights up HBF Park. Well, transition football at its finest.
Well, brilliant. We just got the back end of the Cara Cooney-Cross contribution. Brilliantly escaped the close attention of two, and Heyman, as soon as she retrieved that ball, even though Remy Simpson was free and in a good position, Heyman was happy for Simpson to be the decoy, because she knew the space was going to continue to evolve in her favour, and the shot had exciting potential.
She started brightly. Michelle Heyman has Heatley gives chase. Arnold not mucking around. Clears that one long and does so neatly to Torpy. Oh, it's fantastic midfield play from Cooney Cross. Just leaves the pressure valve. The switch of play changes the point of attack. Hunt can drive forward. Carpenter takes over.
Stay there, Claire. Stay there, Claire. You stay there, Alana. Stay there. Stay there. No need to go back. Look, stay.
You hear the shouts. Montemurro at the sideline. Claire Hunt, a makeshift midfielder for a moment. The versatility of having Alana Kennedy be able just to slot back in.
Not going to get bailed out there, Remy Sampson. Just didn't control the ball when it first came. He was always playing second fiddle thereafter. Clearly the foul was conceded in Slovenia's half. We'll take a breath. 25 minutes, it's not stopped. This is the longest stoppage in play. Hardly any throw-ins. Really crisp passing from the Matildas at high intensity. They've been excellent.
Keep it. Keep the ball.
Shouts to keep the ball. Heyman Julie obliges. The ball over the top is, well, just deemed to be offside. I think it's the right call. But Torpy just flirting with the line there. Just coming close.
They couldn't resist in the eyes of the assistant. The touchline. Natalia Luakana from the Solomon Islands. It's a great opportunity for the Matildas again. And that's the only, apart from actually a goal, the gap really in the performance so far is Slovenia's goal has not been asked to make a save yet. But there have been plenty of attacks when she was primed for action, the goalkeeper, because the Matildas have created some wonderful openings.
On either side as it stands, we've registered a shot on target. Matildas, though, wrestling back lion's share of the ball. With the exception of this last couple of minutes, it's been really enjoyable. 27 minutes gone, still 0-0 in this second game between the Matildas and Slovenia. But we're seeing a marked improvement from the performance on Thursday night. Really enjoyable to watch. Don't forget, CommBank Matildas play again in just a few days, this time against Panama at Hands Oval in Bunbury. That one on this coming Saturday, the 5th of July. Search Matildas for tickets. And a really lively, energetic crowd tonight in Perth as well. Wonderful to see. Golo. Slip from each player. And Sver can release the pass, but it's a little narrow, and Charlie Grant makes light work of cleaning that up. Happy to find the feet of Kennedy. Cooney Cross as they cycle in and out of that holding midfield role, just looking for the pass, biding her time, goes long. Simpson again, working hard to keep the ball.
It's very well done. Very well done from Remy Simpson. The ball is pinged quite flat from some distance at chest height, and you're running towards it, and you're asked to control that ball, and you pull it off. I mean, that's not easy to do. Remy managed to execute the technique and then had 2 defenders. Coach in the rear, keep the ball. Unfortunately for her, the pass up the line just went out, but it was a good outlet option. It was a really excellent bit of work there from Simpson.
Not inside, not inside. Okay, back up.
Up and under from Eugène, that shows enough of it to Arnold.
Now set.
30 minutes has gone by in the blink of an eye. Sayer dropping deep to receive her pass. Meant for Cooney Cross, but finds Heatley. Touch, gets her down just slightly. Sayer's there. Pujai clips forward and Heatley is again on the mark. For the outlet once more through Cooney Cross. Just dispels the pressure.
Okay, Remy, just have a look at her. She's coming out. You probably have to stay out here. Come out here for a sec. Come out here for a sec. Open up that space.
Solid defending by Sarah Agres.
Unfortunately, it was a poor outball from, well, it literally went out, but that wasn't the intention from Claire Hunt. Unfortunately for her, I think, Grace, I don't know if you agree with this, but a lot of the match replays and highlights out of the other night were that chance that she coughed up. A massive escape for the Matildas. And it was an error by Claire Hunt, but there was only a couple of errors by Claire Hunt. She was very, very strong and was looking as good physically as I've seen for a while.
One unfortunate moment for Claire Hunt, and otherwise what was a really sound performance. At the other end of things, the pass. Golob again is positioned well.
We just saw come up on the screen the number of final third entries, and Slovenia have picked Australia at the post on that singular statistic.
Heyman shoot on sight. 2 players to beat, and they do their job on this occasion. Looking to stream the other way. Prashnika, who's been a little quiet for Slovenia. Charlie Grant was positioned well for the block. Cross tumbles through a couple. Neve Owens, you've got a keen ear on Joe Montemuro.
And there's plenty to hear, Gigi. He is a lot more vocal tonight than he was on Thursday night. He's been chatting with the girls from the first 30 minutes of this game. Had a really interesting chat with Mackenzie Arnold when the ball was down the other end of the park a moment ago. Macca, who's just made it back onto the bench for the Portland Thorns in the NWSL. After time out with injury, she came across. He was talking to her about that ball distribution from the back, and even at times telling her to hold on to the ball, to put her foot on it, to give the team a minute in what has been a really frantic opening 30.
Thank you, Neve. From one end to another, frantic indeed. Plenty of conversations happening on the sideline.
And again, the direct comparison with Thursday night, which is one of the advantages of the 2-game series in these FIFA windows, because it's really helpful to see that Mackenzie Arnold hasn't been confronted with a Slovenian opportunity. Slovenia have struggled with all their positive possession and attitude. All their chances came the other night because they stole the ball off the Matildas in transition and attacked the goal. The Matildas haven't turned the ball over like that tonight.
Sayer has time to drive into the space and get the shot away herself. She's covering a lot of ground this evening, Amy Sayer. Didn't quite hit that as cleanly as she would have liked.
It's a long way out. It's a little bit tame. Comfortable for Tassard, but at least has been asked to stop the ball from going into a net. First time, I think, that Australia have forced that situation, as tame as that effort was from Amy Sayer. Not reflective of their otherwise really excellent performance so far.
Will indeed go down as a shot on target. What a really healthy rotation in that final third as well. Good movement. Ellie Carpenter finding really exciting spaces inside. Saw the idea from Kennedy. Ball is back with Chonch. Now Zver, release pass, is asking a little much of Krasnikar. Saya has space in front.
Okay, Alana, she's not coming. Alana, she's not coming. Pick it up, Alana, pick it up. Go. There's the second phase, yep, there. Good.
It's fascinating to listen in to the instruction coming through from Montemurro on the sideline as Heyman continues to grapple against Golo. That's a good competition between the two. It's a nice release pass as well. Carpenter flings a hand in the air, but Urgen, her cross has to be measured well. Drops kindly, blocked well by Heatley. Krasnikar on the spot. Tries again, Heatley recovers really well. Pulled back, and that's good defending shown by Winnie Heatley.
Well, the sort of form she's in at the moment, when it gets to one-on-one, she's going to win it. Very, very strong. Nervous moment, though. The block was important from her originally. There's a nice build-up, probably their best of the game, Slovenia. Captain Sver knocking the ball out, and then behind Ellie Carpenter to Erzen. And it was a good opportunity from there for Slovenia, but Winnie Heatley twice, seeing away the danger.
It feels a little strange to say that Winnie Heatley made her debut just in October of last year against Germany. Growing in stature, growing in confidence. A versatile player for this Matildas squad. Nodded down by Kennedy. Wins a lot of those aerial duels in the midfield, does Alana Kennedy. And Saya, clever use of the body. Switch. Heatley brought down well by Torpy. Looking for a little more support. Retreats and finds it through Heatley. Agres first to it. Urgen back to Agres. Hurried along by Simpson. It's a neat pass inside to Karashets. Forward ball. Lacking the quality it needed, Claire Hunt composed.
Yeah, read it well, Claire Hunt. It was a good opportunity. Good work from Slovenia, whose best moments have come in the last couple of minutes. And Australia maybe is finding it the immediate challenge to maintain the level, the extremely high level that they produced for 35 minutes. Just recently a couple of passes coming unstuck from Slovenia, and this is their strong point. In the evolution of this team is playing off the errors that you force from your opponents. And they've had a couple of sights at goal as a result.
And back to goal, dispossessed by Golob. Appearance number 81 for Michelle Heyman tonight. Of course, her return to the national team setup has been fairly remarkable. 36 years young, still flying in green and gold. Here's Cooney cross. Zver has gone to ground with a yell of pain. The captain, the 37-year-old, just clipped on the way down.
Across in her desperation to retrieve the ball, just a slight delay, slight lapse in concentration. Her copybook was blotted. Has been peerless until that moment in this game, given her assignment. Kyra Cooney-Cross.
There plays on football, St. Pölten in Austria. Scored the most number of goals for the Slovenian national team. Just recently announced her departure from the Bundesliga now in Austria. A real leader on the pitch. She's back to her feet, good to see. And Kyra Cooney-Cross, well, what a start to this game she has had. Really dictating terms in the middle of the park is Cooney-Cross. She too one of the departing players after tonight's game. And with that, a new host of players arriving ahead of the Panama Games. A couple of goalkeepers in Chloe Lincoln, Sally James, a maiden call-up for Grace Kualamu, exciting young prospect. Jacinta Galabadarachi returns to the national team setup. A maiden call-up for Adriana Taranto. And a senior team call-up too for Alexia Postolaka. Some really good and exciting young talent. Well, the shirt was grabbed there, giving herself up.
Well, the other, as we go into half-time, there's a couple of very obvious adjustments to the team's approach. Been very, very impressive. One we haven't highlighted so far is when you're playing against a team that goes player for player, and you think back to your own training days, Grace, when the coach would call a person-on-person drill, the way to get out of it is to bounce the ball first time. I think the other night, with everything going through the players' heads, every time people got the ball, they thought they had to solve the immediate problem. And the mantra of playing through the lines literally meant it's got to go from defence to midfield to attack, or it's not a legitimate phase of play. Well, two things have been corrected magnificently. Playing through the lines can be a direct option with a good pass into space. The Matildas have done it brilliantly. And almost routinely, it's been one touch in midfield. Players are just bouncing the ball to a supporting runner, and the puzzle has been unlocked. It's been a really excellent response from Thursday in this first half. Strong again, Claire Hunt, covering the ground really, really athletically. Winnie Heatley, excellent at the back. And from back to front, the only player really without a test so far has been Mackenzie Arnold, and her distribution has been good too. So it's a really excellent first half from the Matildas.
Oh, a lot to like about what we're seeing. Much tighter performance on all accounts. And of course, a mention of the players out or unavailable. Sam Kirsten returning from injury, Mary Fowler with the ACL as well. Wheeler, Vine, Catley, Ford, Gorry, and as mentioned, Fryer as well. Great depth we're seeing. It's coming to the fore tonight. Carpenter does really well to turn on a dime. Grant rather, who peels wide. Carpenter continues her run. Here is Torpy. Kennedy square to Cooney-Cross.
Yep. Don't leave it exposed. Don't leave it exposed.
Faces forward, Kennedy, nicely done. Just keeping the metronome ticking over late into the first half. Peeled wide is Charlie Grant. Cuts inside and has done superbly to the far post. No one there. Simpson watched it sail over her head. Kyla Urgent at the far post will tidy up. The final minute of this first 45. Torpy into space. Little layoff by Heyman, but it shows too much to the Slovenian defence.
Well, this was on the back of another scything attack, beautiful passing movement, and having done all the hard work in the lead-up, Charlie Grant's Brawling was a tall one. Unfortunately, she's had a strong half as well. And at that moment, it just didn't quite come off. And somehow Australia...
From range, Kennedy, a little give and go. She's frustrated at herself.
Well, it's a second shot on target. And that's the stat which is missing, the efforts to actually force Passar into a save. Totally within her rights there, in my opinion. Maybe even could have carried another step or two, but she's got a good strike of the ball, Alana Kennedy.
It's nodded on well. The offside flag does go up in the end, and Pashnikar thought she was away. Dangerous in those areas. We saw that on Thursday night. And she's asking the question of the assistant referee. But it's direct, and a little warning sign just in the shadows of half-time.
Well, game stays in the balance, which is, on that angle, looks clearly offside. And there's the breakdown there in the centre defence. Heatley and Hunt were both there, but neither was really committed or convicted. Hence the free glancing header. Pashnikar had drifted offside.
A space here for Slovenia. Sve clips back. Bert Grant can intercept Sayer. And Kennedy turns well. Cooney cross. Carpenter and the Matildas working out in tight spaces. Seems a good strength shown on the ball yet again. Cooney cross is brought to ground in a fairly clumsy challenge. The leg stuck out from Eugène. So there is the half-time whistle, and a much better first half showing from the Matildas. Tighter in possession, better quality across the park. They don't quite yet have the goal to show for it, but all square at the half-time break. And a first half not without its chances, opportunities at either end. Plenty to talk about at the half-time break with the score locked after 45 minutes. It's Australia 0, Slovenia 0. Well, there's plenty to unpack in the halftime show. Don't go anywhere. Nevo and the team are with you on the other side of this short break. scoring in the first 45 minutes, but there was plenty to enjoy about that first half. Cara Cooney cross, one of those things. She was exceptional in the first half. The team needing a goal after what has been a much improved performance from what we saw on Thursday night. No changes just yet, as it seems to be. And Slovenia still eager to look for that high press as that pass just escapes the head of the oncoming striker. But Harps the avenue to goal, the way to find the back of the net. Well, there's plenty to like about that first half.
Excellent. It's one of the best halves for a while. Really innovating stuff. Actually, they'd carved out consistently good, promising path to goal. What they couldn't find ultimately was someone to get the better of this very dogged defensive mentality of the Slovenians. Excellent work, Golob in the centre of defence. Kadashek, the centre of midfield, on 2 occasions denied what might have been tap-ins. A couple of poor finishes otherwise from the Aussies, but what a wonderful first half from them.
I think Joan Montemuro was wanting to look for more bravery, more consistency. We certainly saw that in the first half.
Perfect. That's perfect. Good with it, yeah. Good. Inside. Good.
Karina Janej has been substituted on for Slovenia. Midfielder in her 26th appearance for country. This time the run released of Krujai will give chase. Heatley on the mark. The centering ball is not a bad one, but Kennedy clears away the danger.
Well, credit to Slovenia, who they had their moments in the first half, but basically it was Australia's game. But they've repositioned in the second half very strong, full of intent this second half, putting the hammer down on Australia. And let's see how they cope from this point again now, the Matildas. Slightly on the back foot to start this second half. An onslaught from Slovenia of pressing and trying to force that error. It certainly worked for them on Thursday night. It's yet to work for them so far this evening. Start of the second half is a new opportunity for Slovenia. It's been a good response out of the sheds from them.
Up you get, Torps, up you get. Higher. It's okay, there's a +1 here on this side.
Well, they weren't afraid to play on Thursday night, Slovenia. Not afraid to play again tonight. Looking to put the Matildas under pressure. And the fact they held out what was an impressive opening half from the Australians just speaks to that defensive unit that was impressive as well on the first game. Across a bright point in amongst all of that. That pass a little short. Krashnika.
Up. Back, it's back, it's back. Back. One line.
All the way back to Passar, goalkeeper. He clears long, and again it's Claire Hunt who's first to the ball.
We'll pick one moment out of a game and a half in this series against Slovenia, and that moment there sums up Claire Hunt. I mean, no one's going to beat her to that ball. She's a couple of glitches, as we talked about, but otherwise has been so strong.
Fantastic timing and anticipation Claire Hunt has. Tonight her 35th appearance for the Matildas. Pass from teammate Sayer to Simpson was good, but the final release, Simpson apologises. Gradishek back to Passar. Slovenia camped in their own defensive half. Matildas just picking their time to pinch forward. Simpson putting pressure on Agres. Zveres dispossessed. Simpson has Carpenter in front. A really intelligent ball inside to find Carpenter, and an even better finish finish, and it is from none other than Michelle Heyman. She's opened the scoring for the Matildas, and like a fine wine, Michelle Heyman just keeps getting better. She's telling the new boss that she well and truly still has it. That is a well-worked finish by the Matildas.
Well, the goal is everything, and the adjustment from Heyman was superb. But so much of this is Remy Simpson's. Alana Kennedy with the disruption. That is such a beautiful little ball from Remy Simpson to play in behind. As ever, it's look at Ellie Carpenter with the overlapping run. And she's asked a bit there of Heyman, has Ellie? But the ball, this is superb. The touch on that pass, absolutely exquisite from the Manly United junior. And then Carpenter to Heyman. It's the goal the Matildas deserve. It's fabulous football. And all the protagonists gathered there. Excellent disruption from Alana Kennedy. The real work of craft by Remy Simpson. And then Carpenter and Heyman connect for the goal. Super stuff.
Well, just beautiful. And the pass, you're right. It's from Remy Simpson. The finesse, the deft touch, just to get that weight in right to release Carpenter, who's been tireless all night. Here she is again, Simpson. The pass a little wide on this occasion. Had Torpy's name on it.
I think that one was actually very, very well blocked. It would have been a tough ask for Remy to get that through, but Tinkala Teston, I think, blocked the pass, which was supposed to go in behind Teston and for the run of Thorpe.
6 across. Off you get, Kyra. You, yep. 7.
It's the goal the Matildas needed, most certainly, but that's a dangerous touch forward as Vare can bear down straight into the arms of Mackenzie Arnold. The relief. They look for their answer in kind.
Just caught a little square here on the touch. Winnie Heatley in a half-half position. To her credit, her chase puts enormous pressure on Svea, who can't direct her shot either side of Arnold. But again, enough of a warning shot. They're made a tough staff, Slovenia. Largely outplayed from an excellent Matildas so far, but they're never far away from an opening themselves because they stick at it. Very impressed with them as visitors.
This last passage of play, Simpson dropping deep for some defensive work. She's been outstanding tonight, Remy Simpson, in just her 11th appearance for the Matildas. She can be buoyed. The confidence this performance has given her. Charlotte Grant looks to make amends for a wry pass.
Charlie, run with the ball out. Run with the ball out. Run with the ball out. Don't let it pass. Don't wait in there.
Plenty of football to be played. Should the result hold for the Matildas, an 8th consecutive win in this match would equal the Matildas' longest winning run in Australia. Last time they won 8 in a row at home. It was back between November 2018 and February 2020. So this is a good run of form on home soil. And the goal from Michelle Heyman feels like just reward for what has been a really impressive performance so far. Carpenter lively as always. To goal play shown by Heyman. Brilliant strength on the ball. The clip over the top is cleverly disguised by Kennedy. And forward again is Simpson. Glances forward and the last pass is just lacking a little quality. Head in the hands, and she knew as much. A little shake of the head in otherwise what was a good build-up. The distribution of Kennedy. She had time to think about it, perhaps a little too much.
Yeah, so the form she's been in tonight, and in fact that's twice tonight she's been in that type of situation, once in the first half and just then. And with the body set nicely, the execution ultimately was poor. She's been excellent. I mean, this is not to rain on her parade. She's been really, really good. But she's had 2 opportunities now. She's needed to get the ball at the foot on the outside half of the ball to get the curl, and she's hit it straight through the belly of the ball twice. And good opportunities have come and gone for Australia.
That's a good run by Krajai. Important intervention by Heatley. Margaret's, or rather, Kajbar, quick to apologise. Neve Owens, an exciting opening passage in this second half.
I've been on Pepe watch here on the sideline, GG, and when the Tillies have the ball, when they're attacking, he keeps saying one more pass, one more pass. So perhaps feeling that the players are just forcing it a little, and he's looking for that additional phase of build-up play.
And a strike through from Prashnika. Again, straight to a well-positioned Mackenzie Arnold. Perhaps it's that one more pass needed, as that's a nice touch from Heyman. Finds Simpson. Their combination tonight has been excellent. Grant's tucked inside. Direct Cooney cross. Can release Remy Simpson. Oh, it's a fantastic tackle. Sarah Agra shouts for a handball. Referee Anne-Marie Keeley waves it away. Straight down the middle. Carpenter puts the head down. Now back with Cooney cross. Her cross, searching for Heyman.
Well, great attack. Great attack. Simpson thought she was in for Christmas. But Agnesh saving, and then Golub then. That's such a good tackle. Just as Remy was about to pull the trigger. Claims for the handball there, but it can't be in that situation. Just that extra half yard to shoot. But Agnesh, excellent. And then after that, Golub again. Those two have been superb defensively. Talk about an amazingly good last line of defence for Slovenia.
Undoubtedly, those two saving Slovenia's blushes on a number of occasions. Remy Simpson, her eyes lit up as she thought she might be on for her first Australian goal. Cooney cross, driven cross, is quality to a bundle of players at the back post.
Well, Michelle Heyman appealing to the referee that she was unfairly interfered with on the way through. They had a 2-on-1. It was Heyman occupying the defender. Claire Hunt was arriving as well. And Heyman just saying she was held onto. I don't see anything untoward there defensively. In fact, if my defender wasn't performing that duty on Heyman exactly as was done. So, Gradashek, I thought she was excellent, but a good chance for Australia again. Strong from Hunt. I thought legitimately so.
Switch of play interrupted by Charlie Grant, who's torpy. Both sides with substitutes warming up at either end of the pitch. Heyman again. That back to goal play is excellent. Really good strength once more shown on the ball, which has been tightly marshalled tonight by Lana Golub. Has Michelle Heyman plenty of attention. Cross doesn't quite have the leverage to pick the pass to Simpson. The counter-attack perhaps Hunt with some work to do. Zver can't quite keep her for step. Finds the pass down the line to Simpson, who is available again. Really nicely done, Carpenter. Driving into space once more, has Sayer to her right, finds her. Options in the middle.
Well, so much open space being created. Claire Hunt is in 2023 vintage at the moment. Or getting close to again. And Simpson, clever touch. Great drive from Ellie Carpenter. And the release ball was good too. Just comes unstuck there for Australia. Jonch was there to spoil the party.
Matildas will be searching for a settler. And although the goal came much earlier in game one, had that sense about it, that needing a second one just to relieve the pressure somewhat. A little give and go comes unstuck. Will keep things moving with a throw back to Arnold. He finds Torpy. Heyman again coming to receive. Neatly done. Cooney cross. Protects the ball well. Well, this is Heatley. Down the left. Now Grant has Torpy inside. Ball to Torpy to the byline, but you can't quite drag it back. Had a bit of speed behind it.
Yeah, didn't it, Grace? Just too much from Charlie Grant. Another good opportunity growing. Torpy has been really inventive with her off-the-ball running. Very expansive options she's given herself. Run some nice angles. Got caught offside once or twice, unfortunately, but she's been as boisterous as ever, Caitlin, and might have had a goal or two had it not been for that amazing last line of defence for Slovenia.
A couple of changes being ready at the sideline for the Matildas. Simpson inside to Cooney cross. Has the attention of the Slovenian defence. Here's Sayer. And Carpenter again, who's been excellent all night. The ball from Cooney cross. Carpenter works hard, he's first to it. Ricochets out, it'll be a Matilda's corner. Well, asks for the give and go, Carpenter.
Again, just uncontainable. But the really nuggety defending makes sure that Ellie's last contribution can't end up in front of goal. So they hang in there. They have gone down to the Heyman goal, but they've saved plenty of other opportunities with great athleticism.
The corner, the ball in is good. The clutch from Passar is quality as well. Cooney Cross was looking a little bereft of ideas over to the bench, asking for what set piece was required. Krizak plays forward to Prashnika, who hasn't quite enjoyed the freedom we saw on Thursday night. Jonch can face forward. Nice little passage here from Slovenia. Here's Prashnika. Running with Torpy. The release pass is cut off by Carpenter. She's been so dynamic this evening. Pass from Sayer. Hurries Hunt along a little bit, and none other than Carpenter driving into space. Thinks once, twice, third time of asking. The ball scatters across the face of goal and skips through everyone. Still alive with Grant. Neat work by Heatley, the pass a little less so. We'll get another opportunity. Options. Remy Simpson, one of them, but has run offside. Well, first two changes of the night. It'll be the goal scorer making way, Michelle Heyman. after an impressive performance. And Caitlin Torpey too, industrious as always. Well, Heyman, goal number 31 in green and gold tonight. A little shrug. Congratulations from the coach, Joe Montemurro. Holly McNamara to come on for her 11th appearance, and Hayley Rasso in her 97th for the Matildas. Well, she was incredibly impactful on Thursday night. Rasso, no doubt looking to make an impact again this evening. A couple of changes as well for Slovenia. Špela Kolbul coming on for a few minutes, as is Zara Kramžar. It's Matej Zver taking her leave after 65 minutes. A goal and assist on Thursday night from Hayley Rasso. After a troubled start to the national team in 2025, injured, unavailable for the first two international windows. But edging ever so closer to that century of appearances for Rasso.
So the substitutions changed the personnel, has freed Remy Simpson up to go play centre forward. Holly McNamara is playing left wing. Hayley Rasso in familiar position at right wing. And there's really plenty of time for the new players to get into the swing of the game and make their contribution.
Prashnica, ball given away. The early delivery is a good idea, nodded away by Hately. The strike off the boot of Krajai is a little poor. Arnold's pass blocked by Janish. Cross, who incredibly balanced on the ball. Swivels out of danger. Great touch from Simpson. Now Kennedy and Sayer. Sayer to the fresh legs of Rasso. Touches inside, back to Sayer. Carpenter hungry for possession tonight.
Beautiful. Unfortunate the last pass, but getting out of the tight situation, we saw in that snippet the particular value of the shift of Alana Kennedy into that base midfield position, because she can turn and twist her body at the slightest of angle at the last second to dislodge a defender in their balance, enough to open a space to pass the ball. Cooney Cross then comes back into the game. She conveniently and calmly released the ball, and two passes later, Amy Sayers springing the ball out to Hayley Rasso, and we're away. It was excellent from the Matildas, exactly what Montemurro wants.
Well, it's a midfield combination I've not really seen in Kyra Cooney Cross and Alana Kennedy, but tonight it's working.
Well, I think so far, Grace, it's fair to say that it's worked all over the field tonight. And the only thing that is stopping Australia from a healthier balance sheet has been, again, it sounds like you sound like a broken record, but the very dogged and outstanding last-ditch defending from Slovenia.
The Matilda subs suggest some attacking changes. Torpey and Heyman both with excellent shifts. On come the speedsters in Rasso, McNamara. McNamara opening her account on Thursday night. Perhaps she'll get some confidence from that finish. Rasso as well. So the goal scorers come into the fray. But now with some defending to do, it's an opportunity for Slovenia. Good pressure, a great block from Claire Hunt once more, and the shot just over the crossbar.
We're just playing into a little bit of trouble there, but that's not a hangable offence. And what's, again, to re-emphasise. Claire Hunt just anticipating, positioning, and then doing what the team needed quite superbly. And those ricochets, even though they do take touches from arms, are not going to be penalised from the spot.
Number 24, Slovenia, Kramžar, who's been substituted on, surely knows how to find the back of the net. Well, that's knowing space around you by Cooney Cross. Lovely pass forward into space for Sayer. She can drive and release the fresh legs of Holly McNamara. The first time cross, looking to return in kind for Rasso. The shot falls to Amy Sayer.
Have we seen better? For some time. Kyra Cooney Cross with the awareness to let the ball roll up between her legs, out in front of her, in front of the penalty area. 40-metre pass to the on-running Amy Sayer, who hits the forward run. It's just superb. Hits the forward-running Holly McNamara. And a difficult adjustment in the end for Amy Sayer. Hard to control that. It would have been a specky if it goes in, and a move that deserved a spectacular finish. It was just great stuff from Australia, assuming the Pep Guardiola stance.
It's almost brought Pepe to his knees.
Spanking new Nikes. Bottom of that suit as well.
Oh, it's really fun football. McNamara was searching for the cross, similar to what Hayley Rasso delivered on a platter to her on Thursday evening. Wasn't far off either. So with 20 minutes to play. Michelle Heyman goal separating the result in the 50th minute after what was a lovely build-up. And a game not without its chances. Just starting to open up a little more into the second half. Throwing deep in Matilda's attacking half. Seamson, dynamic all evening. Grant. McNamara leaves to Cooney Cross. Heatley. Kennedy around the corner, but that one's going to miss. Kramžar, dangerous in space, can drive forward, has good numbers. Releases her teammate, but Matilda's return. Prashnikar on the edge of the box. Allowed time and space, can turn and shoot again. It's Hunt who blocks.
Prashnikar's the danger woman. They've got a few, actually, but she's the preeminent threat. She's got a beautiful sleight of foot as well. But you've got to be on your game offensively to get past Claire Hunt at the moment. It's another block. It'll be over a dozen across the course of the last two games.
Sayer. A pass that was mishit, a rare one for this evening. Affords Slovenia an opportunity to stream forward. Grzyj inside to Janesh. First time hit ball. The up and under header from Heatley. How's McNamara? Heavy challenge, nothing doing, says the referee. Heatley so composed in high pressure situations. And dogged running from Seamson, continuing on. Turn and face. And again, the early lofted ball in. Arnold quick off her line. Alert to the danger. The last time Remy Seamson started a game for the Matildas was back in December of 2023. 3-0 loss against Canada. She came off at half-time. This performance has been exceptional tonight. Slovenia inside to Kramžar. Across comes Kajbar. Carpenter stands up her defender. Cooney Cross has pressure coming in behind. Hooks away to alleviate the pressure.
Well, the block from Golub, excellent. She's so strong, and she's one to watch too on the international stage. Second excellent game from her.
Off the foot and toe of Grant, and Heatley sweeps through. Difficult pass for Rasso to control.
Haley's done brilliantly there. It was a really tough one to control, as you called, Grace. And then she got totally monstered by Sarah Agresh.
She's turned really well. Good strength in Agresh. She's just held on, gave herself away.
Well, it's a foul she needed to commit because Rasso's gone at that space, 60 metres from goal.
A really warm applauses for Remy Simpson in what's been a really positive performance. Ellie Carpenter also making way. So on comes Courtney Nevin. Simpson and Carpenter, the players departing. And it's Chloe Berryhill, formerly Lagazo, who has an opportunity back in green and gold. Sayer prods that one forward well. McNamara has one to beat. Cuts onto the left, blocked well by Krajai.
Yeah, it was. And Amy Sayer has shown quite a range of little touches herself here and passes. It's excellent. So precise. First time. Holly McNamara looking to square up. Krajai, who off the bench was good on Thursday. She's shown plenty again for Slovenia here this evening.
So inside 15 minutes to play, another Cooney Cross corner in waiting. Again, the busy area looking to arrive. Cooney Cross's delivery right on the spot, an important touch from the goalkeeper. Berryhill was streaming in, couldn't quite get there. Appearance number 57 for Chloe Berryhill. The 30-year-old worked hard to find her way back into the Matildas setup. A new pair of eyes in Joe Montemuro, having a good look at players both in the A-League in Australia and abroad. Pass right down the middle. Also doesn't give up the chase. McNamara now. A little deflected cross into the far post, an important punch as well. The shot came through, it was blocked right on the line. Sayers as well. Now McNamara, still with Berryhill. Alive with Rasso, looking for Kennedy. Can't quite fumble through a few players. And it's last-ditch defending yet again by Slovenia. Here's Grant, inside to Berryhill. Her little touch is blocked. So Slovenia look to relieve the pressure. Prashnikar to Kramjar. The possession back with the Matildas. Kennedy on the ball. Switch of play finds McNamara in space. Urgent to beat. Sayers run, overlapping inside, and it's a very intelligent cutback. Rasso was arriving half a step too late. Cooney Cross everywhere this afternoon. Finds her midfield partner in Kennedy. Pass off the outside of the right boot is blocked. The retreating McNamara will pick up a yellow card for that challenge.
Well, it's a good burst from Holly defensively. It was probably a challenge she didn't need to make because she was clearly going to run that breakaway opportunity down. Prashnikar getting her body in the advantage position and Holly not able to restrain herself. With a quizzical look, she's been momentous tonight. Great to see her back in this sort of nick. Amy Sayer at the back of her there, growing by the minute as an international footballer.
So a couple of changes once more for Slovenia. As number 17, Isabella Kajai, makes way. Zala Vindisha is coming on, as is Naya Milicic, the 18-year-old, for just her 7th appearance. And a much improved attendance at HBF Park tonight, 13,115. Definitely more energy about the crowd tonight, and the performance to match. And a couple more Matildas players waiting in the wings, readying themselves to come on. Gilnick, the goal scorer from Thursday night. Alana Murphy also seems to have taken the bib off the sideline. So inside the final 10 minutes at HBF Park.
You can go all the way back and go to Charlie.
Still Australia with just the narrow 1-0 lead over Slovenia. There's much to be buoyed about tonight's performance. That pass from Heatley not offering much in the way of depth to Nevin. Here is Nevin and Heatley. Great challenge. Skips past 1, 2. Winnie Heatley 3. Releases a pass to Kennedy. Switch from Cooney Cross has Claire Hunt stride out. Good strength on the ball from Berryhill.
Tyler, you okay? Yes or no? You're going to make changes, huh?
Kennedy to Grant, who's bundled to ground. 18 crosses for the Matildas tonight, just the one for Slovenia. The approach to goal.
Well, Kyra Cooney-Cross was just given the option to come off if she wanted, but she said, no thanks, Joe. This is really enjoyable tonight. So Kyra will stay on by the looks of things.
Well, Kyra, one of the departing players after this window, but on comes Emily Gilnick and Alana Murphy. It's Alana Kennedy making way, who has been exceptional in the middle of the park tonight. She can be very pleased with her performance, as I'm sure will Joe Montemuro, and Amy Sayer too, with another sound performance in the green and gold.
Yeah, 2 excellent contributions, and really excited I am to see Alana Murphy in the green and gold. I think he's got enormous potential. 10 minutes won't tell us a lot, but it'll be a nice icebreaker for her.
Gilnick would love to contribute, as the strike fell really nicely to Holly McNamara. She brought that down with a neat touch.
Yeah, this is good from Holly McNamara. And look at it, just how she holds the space there beautifully. That's really good anticipation, not the type of thing that you can readily coach. It's in a player to just make that assessment. Good technique to get the shot away.
A great pressure from the Matildas. In comes Hayley Rasso, the last-ditch effort. Poked away the ball, and again, it was Sarah Agres.
Incredible. How many times, Grace?
On a yellow card, but has been impenetrable tonight. So Gilnick looking to contribute again. Appearance number 62 for the Matildas. The corner pushed away by Kremja. Now Berryhill battles for it, can't quite win out. Slipping away is Slovenia. The pass out wide, Charlie Grant to defend. The overlapping run. The pass does arrive eventually. Heatley is across to cover and push away. It was blocked by the shot of Milicic.
Well, Heatley and Hunt have been like door security tonight. Immovable, both. And these are the great feet from Murphy. Beautiful first touches.
Well, Lana Murphy, 19 years old, just her third appearance for the Matildas. Little glimpses like that, you can understand why the promise of a player that she has. Arnold will work hard to keep this one in. That ricocheted off the boot of Heatley.
And fitting that we've got Colette McCallum in the broadcast team tonight, because Tommy Samani, in his selection of Alana Murphy, paid deference to his recollections of the great Colette McCallum. And for the army of viewers newly arriving to the Matildas scene, they won't have known the name Colette McCallum. But if she was part of this team, I tell you, she'd be in highlights like all the big names. A superb player, and it's a big rap on Alana Murphy to put her in that sort of company.
Yeah, huge words. Colette McCallum. If you don't know the name, well, you should. And Alana Murphy. To have her name alongside the likes of McCallum. Inside the final 5 minutes at HBF Park. Slovenia head home after this game, the second of two. The first, of course, we saw the Matildas with the 3-0 result, which left a little to be desired from the actual performance. Tonight has been much better. Just the one goal to show so far. Heyman in the 50th minute, but plenty of promise still presenting from Slovenia. It's Kremja on the ball, does get the strike away. Falls to Nevin, who can find Gilnick. Will run into space. Emily Gilnick with the eyes forward, has McNamara centrally. Berryhill to her right. Rasso coming through at the far post. A decision to make for Gilnick. The shot's blocked. The return in Vindishar did really well.
Well, again, on the breakaway, Slovenia had Australia stretched, but the final defensive execution was good, and then Australia break away, and Gilnick does well to skip into space and carries the ball with such purpose. And that's a nice bit of space made. Quite find the solution thereafter, but not on screen. And that replay was the group of Matildas players who just dropped the clutch and went full tilt to get in the goal-scoring action.
Another quality delivery sent through from Cooney Cross. Keeper well off her line. Heatley misses the mark, but can turn and face. And plenty of football still to come your way. Our Subway Socceroos back in a huge clash against New Zealand Friday the 5th of September back at GIO Stadium in Canberra. Search Socceroos for tickets. Just a couple of minutes remain here at HBF Park. Here's Kolbel. The cross is good and really well to find the head of Janej.
Well, the chances such that they've been for Slovenia, they've had to actually earn themselves by their own build-up play, because they haven't been able to force the same errors. And there were a catalogue of errors forced on Thursday night, and they were the delivery pathway for the Slovenia chances. Tonight, what they've seen in front of the Australian goal, they've had to actually make themselves. And they've been good enough to create a chance or two.
Full giveaway at the back, the strike, and it's a positive save from Arnold. The follow-up, still alive, blocked. Heatley keeping her calm when the pressure is on. But just a little opening as Emily Gielnik is brought to ground.
Well, terrific. Terrific from Mackenzie Arnold. And the door security in tandem again. Impossible. Winona Heatley, Claire Hunt. Impossible.
Well, she hasn't had a great deal to do tonight, Mackenzie Arnold. But when called into action, that was an incredibly important save. 4 minutes of stoppage time added on the end of this one. And maybe a frantic finish, still just the one goal separating the result. As Cooney Cross clatters through a Slovenian player. Krasnika, nice turn on the ball. Now Janesh drives into space, releases wide, and the strike is tantalising, and it is smashed into the back of the net by Slovenia. Their first ever goal against Australia. In stoppage time, it wasn't quite dealt with by the Matildas' defence. And Slovenia have drawn things level late in this one.
Well, the most fair-minded over 2 games would say that Slovenia had a goal in that. Hayley Rasso couldn't make the intervention in midfield that was required, and the ball just goes wide of Mackenzie Arnold and off the post and into the path of the on-running and very, very hungry Miriam Kastanek. What a crazy thing football is. Australia win Thursday night in an error-riddled performance, 3-0.
A right of reply for the Matildas. Gielnik burrowing hard for the ball. Tronch will clear only to find Cooney Cross. A little drop on the shoulder, and Berryhill runs straight into the path of the referee. Frustrated, Kramjar now has possession for Slovenia. Numbers forward. The returning Murphy looks to disrupt play. Krasnika. Kramjar now the strike. Well, nervous finish. And Chloe Berryhill understandably frustrated.
Might have been an advantage the ref played. The ball had fallen after this illegal challenge, but it did fall to Hayley Rasso, who had open pasture in front of her. It's craziness here in Perth. Such a good performance from the Matildas. I say that without equivocation. And Thursday night, the scoreline says they were world beaters. Tonight looks like they're struggling, but they've been excellent.
Well, still maybe a chance to take the lead. Gielnik, her cross blocked. Keeps it alive through Nevin. There's Cooney Cross, the cross to the near post off Gielnik's boot. Easily dealt with by Tassar. So into the final minute of stoppage time. Slovenia will be in no hurry. A long up and under off the thigh of Heatley. The free kick goes the way of Slovenia. Kramjar, well, she's been busy since coming on. The 19-year-old striker. And again, Slovenia in no hurry, but getting numbers forward. Sasha Coleman, an animated figure, as is his coaching staff on the sideline. Dominika Tronch over the set piece. Inside ball. Clever to Krasnika, but it's Mackenzie Arnold who's first to it. She'll look to play quickly. But time is the enemy of the Matildas. It's a late result in Perth, a late finish. And the result ultimately couldn't be split tonight. There's plenty to enjoy from this evening's performance. Sharper passes, better movement, and the combination starting to fall into place. Michelle Heyman opened the scoring for the Matildas. A lovely worked goal. Remy Simpson, Ellie Carpenter, the delivery finding the boot of Heyman. And in stoppage time, well, Slovenia had their chances across the course of these 2-game friendly series, but Miriam Castellets in the 91st minute would draw things level. And so it finishes here at HBF Park. Australia 1, Slovenia 1.
Tuesday.